What's up, guys? It's Raul. I'm here with Nova. We're going to be training a little bit of the place command today, but today's topic really is going to be focused on marker words. So marker words are essentially your way of communicating with your dog as to whether they're doing a good job or they're doing something they shouldn't be. So there's a few marker words we like to use. We'll start off with yes. Yes basically releases your dog when they're in a position, say like a stay or a place, and they come to you and you reward them. It's basically telling your dog, good job, you're all done, come get your reward. There's another marker word that we use, and it's good. Good is different from yes because good isn't a terminal marker in the sense that your dog is released. Instead, good reinforces your dog's positioning. So if they're in a place caught, for example, and you say good, you come to them and you reward them, and the expectation is that they continue staying in their place. So I'll tell Nova here, go place. Yes. So you see here, I'm going to reach into the pouch after I said the marker word. That way she's not anticipating it. It's important to make sure you don't reach in there as you're saying it or before you say it even, because then your dog anticipates it and it can kind of build this anticipation where your dog might break the command early. Nova, place. Good. And then I'm going to reward, and I can reward her a couple times here too, right? Doesn't have to be just once, especially if this is something new. You want to kind of make this like, oh, me doing good means good, like I'm getting tons of food out of this, right? Yes. And I'll break her out of it. So again, yes is a release from the place. She could come get a reward. I do like to exaggerate the body movement to get her towards me. And then good just means, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to pay you. Stay where you're at. Go place. I use a little bit of body language here too to direct her as to what place I'm talking about, because Nova does have another place caught just behind the camera there. That's her natural one. This one I have here for the sake of the video. But what I'm doing today too, when we move on to our next marker word, which is ah, basically tells a dog like, hey, tread lightly, you're kind of not doing what I'm asking you to, and you're at risk of a correction or a punishment. For this training's sake, I'm not going to punish her exactly, but I may add a little leash pressure through using the word no, and that's our other marker word. So going back to these two, means, hey, careful, like you need to listen to me, you're not listening, and you're not doing a great job. No means now you messed up, you did something I didn't ask you to, or you're doing something that's dangerous and can either risk your safety or my safety. Out. Good. So what I'm going to do here, I have a kitten in our second bedroom here that we're getting acclimated to our apartment. Nova does have the tendency to run after cats playfully in the house. We have our other cat, Sunny. She loves playing with him, but with our kitten, because she's new here, she's not used to having a 92-pound shepherd looking over her. I want to be careful on how Nova approaches her. So what I'm testing Nova here is the place, but I'm testing a little bit of her drive and her impulse control. So impulse control basically just meaning she has this impulse to go chase the cat, but I'm holding her accountable to the place, and I'm going to use my marker words to clearly communicate to her what the expectations are. So she's in a place here. She's been doing good. I'm going to say, yes. I'm going to pay her. She came to me. She's off the place, right? She does have one foot on there, but that's okay. Not much room here. And I'm going to say, place. Good. Down. I'm going to help her out here because she stepped on her leash. Good. Pay her. So now I'm going to move into the room. I'm going to open the door. She's probably going to see her kitten and want to get out of this. I'm going to use if I see her army crawl or try to cheat her way out of the place. And a no is going to be me walking over, getting the leash, and applying a little leash pressure to bring her around. We'll talk about leash pressure in a future video, but for now I just want to keep it simple. So I'm going to go ahead, turn on this light for a little visibility. No, I'm not sure where a kitten is. Oh yeah, she's right here. So Nova's gonna whine. She obviously wants to come and say hi. but I'm holding. No. So she got up from her down, which I expected her to keep on the place cut here. Place down. Just a little pressure. Now notice I'm not popping the leash. This isn't what I'm doing. All I'm doing is applying a little, it's like a steering wheel. Think of the leash as a steering wheel. Good. Probably should have done that after, but that's okay. It's a little distracted here, but I use a leash as a steering wheel to guide her back into the position that I want her in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Her paws are off the place. The main part is that I'm expecting her to stay right here in this area, right? So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to close it. She didn't get up. Good. And I'm going to come up to her and pay her. She did get up. She was probably anticipating to get off, so that's okay. And now I'll say, yes, and get her off. So again, just kind of running through these again. Yes means you did a great job. You're released from your command. Good means keep doing the command. You're doing a good job. I'm going to pay you for that. Means easy there, like you're on the verge of breaking the command and at risk of a correction. No means you're going to get a correction or some leash pressure, some type of pressure to just give her the feedback saying that she didn't do what I asked. I need her to go back. So I'm going to get this around me. Place. Good. Pay her. Down. Good. Pay her. Come back over here. Again, testing that impulse on her because she does have a good place understanding, but she does like to break it. So she, notice how she adjusted a little there. That's just my warning to her to saying like, hey, don't move, right? No. So now her elbows are off, so I'm just gonna guide her again because I want her to just understand that when I say place, it means place. Place. It means stay here. I want at least your elbows on there. Your paws can hang off. It's a small bed for her. This is one I use outside. Her other bed is much bigger than this. Down. Good. Pay her. Yes. Now I'm going to do this one more time with the kitten. And what I'm going to do is instead of saying good, as long as she doesn't break it, I'm going to say yes, she could come to me, get a reward. Place. Nova, place. Good. Her back's turned here. She's probably going to adjust when I go back. So I'm going to allow it as long as she stays on that place. She sees her whining. I'm going to close it. Yes. And then I'm going to pay. And that's it, guys. It's very simple. In theory, it's hard to practice. I still mess up. I still tend to reach in my pouch before I say the command or as I'm doing it. So those are little nuances that you can work on. But keep it simple. Be patient with yourself. Be very patient with your dog. It is confusing to them when you haven't built this communication system clearly. Good girl. And we'll talk about leash pressure. Again, I kind of talked about it a little bit on this video. In a future video, we'll go into it a little more. But again, leash pressure, just kind of using your leash as a steering wheel and applying a little bit of pressure to give your dog feedback as to where you want them directionally. All right. So thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.